Hey guys, back again with a movie I really enjoyed this time, and that film is 2006 Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Yeah, look at that. Woo! And it's got a different cover. Yay! I love when slipcases have a different cover. They need to do that more often. I got this film for $2. Woohoo! It's made me want to buy the Blu-ray though, because I really like it. And what I like about this slipcase is this. See? That's pretty cool. But yeah, this. And it stars, let me read the people off. It stars Nathan Basil, Angelina Gofallis, Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger himself, Scott Wilson, who plays Herschel in The Walking Dead, Zelda Rubinstein, Bridget Newton, and Kate Miner, as well as others. What can I say about the movie other than it was wholesome? So basically, at the beginning, you see this waitress go outside and she's putting something in the bin, and you're like, ooh. Then she thinks she sees something. This is while the intro's going, you know, like the credits kind of thing, as they're coming up going, this is the film and so forth. And then it cuts to this team, like this documentary. You know, they're doing this documentary. Well, it's a mockumentary really, but they're doing it on Leslie Vernon. So they turn up at his house, and they keep seeing things like, oh, where is he? Did you see that? And he goes, hey, and they jump and he goes, just messing about with you. So basically, through the first hour of the movie, they're basically going around with him and he's doing really funny stuff. Like, he invites him in his home and he goes, oh, look, all these textbooks for trade and all this stuff. And he goes, I've got turtles. And they go, oh, cool, and all this. And he goes, they're very feng shui. And he goes, I don't have any animals that I can't eat. Which I thought was funny. This film is so funny. Like, there's all these homages to all these other films. Like, at the very beginning, after the credits, they have her talking about like Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, as if they actually exist. They actually exist in that universe as real people that have killed people. And it goes on about how scared people are in Haddonfield, and on Elm Street there's somebody who goes around. And I thought it was kind of funny that they had Robert Englund in the film as well. But one of the greatest things was you see Kane Hodder go into the Nightmare on Elm Street house, and anybody who knows Kane Hodder well knows he was Jason Voorhees in in the movies, you know. And so that was quite cool. It was quite a cool thing. But it's one of those things that if you were a slasher fan or a horror fan, you would understand. People go into these movies and they're not like big horror fans. They'd still love it, but there's subtle things in there that you realise, you know. Like Robert Englund's character is a lot like Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis, except he's an Ahab, which is basically a hunter, if you get what I mean. So it's very much like Donald Pleasance's Dr. Loomis with the way he moves and talks and dresses to a degree. So anyway, there's a point where he goes to him, are you ready? Okay, this is what's going to happen. She's going to come outside and she's going to put a brick there, but you're going to pull the string and the brick's going to go flying. She's going to turn around and I'm going to disappear after she thinks she's seen me. So they do all that, and Arthur's like, yeah, that was awesome, cool, dude, you know, and all that. And you're like, oh, it's wicked. Then they go in the library, and he goes, I'm gonna change the papers so that it scares her to make her think this happened and that happened. And he jumps over tables and stuff, puts it in there. She then finds it. Then you get like this scary horror kind of bit where she's like going, oh, and looking and going, what's this? It was like, it reminded me a lot of The Sims, like how you could just put like a monkey down and then the Sims go, oh. You know, it kind of reminded me of that to a degree on the funny side. Completely different, but you know what I mean. And then he basically he's gonna set up the thing. Like he tells them, don't. He tells them, don't talk to, the Ahab, Dr. Halloran, who's Robert England. And he sees them in the thing following the girl because they want to talk to the girl, the team, the crow. And he goes, why are you following this girl? Leave her alone. And he said, it was great. It sounded like Dr. Loomis. It was awesome. All I kept thinking through the movie, even though Robert England wasn't in it a lot, all I kept thinking was, boy, do I wish he'd have been Dr. Loomis in the remakes. Because he'd have been a lot better than Malcolm McDowell. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Malcolm McDowell fan, but I don't like the way he portrays Dr. Loomis in the Halloween movies. Another time, another review. So, he then shows them the place where basically the kids are going to be. And they set up, like, he's got a switch blacks out the whole building and all this. And now he's put this here and that there. And they're like, oh, so what's going to happen? He tells them what's going to happen. And the funniest things was, he says when she grabs hold of the axe, because when she's the only one left, what's her name? Kelly. When Kelly's the only one left, he says she's going to grab hold of an axe. And that's going to be her grabbing hold of his cock. Right? Because she needs it to fight back. She needs his manhood. And then he tells Taylor, the documentarist. He tells her, from the film quote, he'll go in the closet because it's like going in the womb and they're safe in the womb. And then there's this bit where she's going to be running through this, like little forest bit. Just a little bit with all the trees. And he goes, that's going to be her running through, I can't remember now, but it was just really, really funny. And I was sitting there going, this film is hysterical. I can't believe I didn't watch this film sooner, because it's bloody fantastic. So anyway, the film crew is the character Leslie Vernon. Before I get further, when you watch him, it's like he's a sweet man with some serious mental health issues, because it's so nice. There's one point where he grabs hold of Taylor and they just hug and they joyce about how he scared the girl. And it's just like, yeah. And he builds like this relationship with Ted and the other guy. Ted and Doug, I think. Yeah, Todd and Doug, sorry. And they're all like really close and they're laughing and everything. And and he reminds you so much of Jim Carrey because the way his mannerisms are. But it's like you actually kind of like him. You like the character Leslie Vernon. Even though you know what he is, you kind of like him. You kind of cheer on for him, And it's sad when you think about the type of person he is in the movie. Anyway, you meet his friends Eugene and Jamie. And Eugene is a retired slasher. And he likes being in like this tub thing, and they have to dig him out and look in there, and he goes, what day is it? And it turns out he thinks it's the wrong day. So they finally has got Ahab, and they're celebrating. They're going, yeah, you got an Ahab, you need to be, celebrate and all this. You're just sitting there going, right? So then basically the crew are told to leave, and before he goes killing the people, Leslie hugs them. And he kind of, greets them farewell and basically tells them not to interfere and he's going to miss them. So Taylor decides to interfere because she's like, the girl's 17 and she's a virgin. And you're like, uh-huh. You're like, this is going to go down well. So they go in the house. They run up the stairs. And then what do they say? They see Kelly riding her boyfriend like crazy, and goes, yeah, oh yeah, right? And Todd goes, well, she ain't a virgin, is she? And I was in tears of laughter. And you're like, so did his plan go wrong? Or is there a hidden plot going on? Hmm. So they run downstairs, they basically tell the kids, and basically Leslie goes around killing people in his cool mask. Now, his mask, let me show you, that there, can you see it? That there? What I liked about that mask was it was really, really funny, but at the same time it could be scary, depending on the mood and the lighting and the thing. Especially when you saw his eyes looking through it, it could be quite intimidating. So she tells the kids go, "You're crazy," and all this. And then they see Leslie and he goes around killing them one by one. Todd runs off and he chases after Todd and Todd falls over. And Todd goes, "Let me see your face, Leslie. Let me see your face. I don't want you to kill me. Come on, come on." And he kills him anyway, snaps his neck. So, but the thing is, the plan he told them what was going to happen technically does happen, just a little bit jumbled up. Like the kids going up the ladder in the barn and getting killed. That happens. The girl running out and going down the slide. It happens. But obviously it's not Kelly. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the finale. I don't want to go into too much detail on the ending because, you know, I don't want to spoil it. But I found the ending quite good. I enjoyed it. Especially the bit with the thing where he does the cider. Because they go, "What are you going to do?" She goes, "What are you going to do with it?" in the thing. And he goes, "I'm going to make cider." And they all laugh. Well, in the end, he gets his head basically crunched in it, which was hysterical. Because it was kind of like, F yo, you know what I mean? And there's a scene on the end credits which everybody would expect to happen, like any good slasher movie, which is supposed to be based on characters like Jason Voorhees and that, you know. So I enjoyed the movie. The comedy, the dark humour in it is fantastic. It's got a fantastic fantastic cast. Bloody hell, I'm thinking about the guy in his cock again. Fantastic cast. It's got a fantastic cast. I keep needing to say that. But Nathan Basil, this was his first movie. And he's fantastic. You know, it really brings depth to the character. He's got a sweet side. You kind of feel bad for him. You kind of wish he was your friend. And then later on in the movie, you're like, wow, this guy's really dark. He's really messed up. He built a relationship with these people, but he still killed them. So he's psycho like he should be. Which shows you double sides to every psycho kind of thing. You see what I'm saying in the movie? But what I like is they have so many homages to the films. But when you watch it, you go, this is to Nightmare on Elm Street. Like the Kane Hodder going through the Nightmare on Elm Street house. That was genius. You know what I mean? Angela Goethals as Taylor Gentry, she was great. I enjoyed her because she looked scared. She looked scared, but she looked like she was getting addicted to the whole process of how you scare someone and that. And I actually thought it was quite unique with the whole thing where I can't say because I didn't tell the ending. But the whole ending thing, I liked how it turned around because it was really interesting. If you know what I mean. I don't want to say the ending on this because I kind of feel like it's going to really blow it. So I really did like it. Robert Englund was great in it, as always. Robert Englund's never bad in a film. Not that I know of, anyway. Scott Wilson, all I kept going is, Herschel, Herschel's on the screen. Herschel's going to do this. And yeah, this came first, but I like the guy. But I like the bit where he says to Leslie, "Good luck. You keep it going." And then he's looking at the film crew like, you know, you're like, I liked all the other people. I thought they were pretty good for what they were for. But yeah, the film is really, really fun. I don't think I've watched a film this fun in quite a while. I would recommend it because not only is it great, it's not, it's not the best slasher film, but that's not what it's all about. It's part slasher, part comedy, if you ask me, or horror comedy. And the slashing isn't the main part, but it is fantastic when it happens. It's not gory, but you don't need gore in this kind of movie. What you need is suspense. You need that little bit of shock, and you need that little bit of excitement, and you're done, you know? But yeah, I do recommend it. I would say Definitely pick it up, especially if you pick it up cheap. You know, Robert England's great in it. I wish he'd have been in it a little bit more, but he wasn't the main character, so it's understandable. But yeah, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. A good film, a fun comedy, a fun little horror. Worth watching, definitely worth watching. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. Because I highly enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the funniest horror films I've seen in a long time. And the thing is, it's like, it's got that horror thing, but it's very serious as well. So it's really funny, you know. But yeah, so anyway. I recommend Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon. I say go out, give it a go. Let me know what you think of the movie. If I have to recommend one movie so far, these movies so far, but you know, which is not very known. I mean, Candyman, that's known. I'd probably recommend this in the top 5 because I really enjoyed it, and I think I could watch this again and again quite a few times. So yeah, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Buy it, watch it, enjoy it, and let me know what you think of it. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I give it a 4.5 out of 5 because I enjoyed it that much. Thanks for watching, and take care.